Thank you so much, Dr. Bean. Very wonderful presentation. Very informative, as always. Fizza, the floor back to you to introduce our last two speakers, introducing your humble self. Here you go.
Thank you so much, and I'm already feeling so happy to see all the mentors here who have given great inputs and great suggestions and ideas, and they have shared lots of information. Dr. Shagufta, it was a wonderful presentation, and you have provided great resources to our students and graduates. So thank you so much. So next is, I think we have talked a lot about USA. So North America is not only USA, we have Canada here too. So I am family physician working in Canada since 2005. And we have an organization. I'm working in Calgary, and I am affiliated with University of Calgary as well. And I teach lots of students. I have been mentoring international medical graduates for past many years in my practice as well, and we provide them with volunteer opportunities and observership opportunities here. So in Calgary, we have an organization, MD International, which I was president for last for 2 years, and I was immediate past president for this organization, and I have been working with lots of international medical graduates already in Canada. So if you have any questions for Canada, you're coming to Canada, you can contact me. You have my email, and I can share it on my WhatsApp group as well. So for the presentation today for Pathways to Canada, I have a very good friend of mine, Dr. Farhat Nouman. She's currently in Pakistan, a graduate of 1999. And I have the pleasure of working with her. She's a wonderful physician. She has done all the Canadian exams, and she's currently in Pakistan. She's trying to do working in cardiology and CCU to get more experience. And she will talk about pathways to Canada. So Dr. Farhat Nouman, you can join us, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Fizza, for introducing me. Now I will discuss about the pathways to enter into Canadian healthcare system and to become a licensed medical practitioner in Canada. So, Dr. Fizza,
You
can
can
you
share the slides, please. Yeah.
So, yeah, next slide, please. So yes, so there are two pathways. One is CAMS, which is a Canadian Resident Matching Services, and the other one is Practice Ready Assessment, which are actually provincial programs in Canada. Next slide, please. So how do these two pathways differ? For Canadian residency matching services, if you are a new graduate and you don't have any postgraduate experience, then this is the best route for you to get into Canadian residency in Canadian universities. But if you are an old graduate and you have plenty of your clinical experience and you have specialty training in family medicine or in any other specialty, then you can be eligible for the practice through this program. Next slide, please. So in order to get the license to practice in medicine in Canada, Medical Council of Canada plays an important role in the assessment of physicians in Canada. MCC does not, but the other provincial territories, they provide the license to practice of medicine in Canada. Yes. So if you are thinking to become a licensed practitioner in Canada, you must hold a permanent residency status. You must have a medical degree from a school which is identified by a Canada sponsor note in the World Directory of Medical School. You should have a English proficiency like IELTS exam, and you should have a PG, a postgraduate training. So if you are planning to come to Canada, before coming to Canada, you must do something. You must do your homework. Like you must confirm that your medical degree is recognized in Canada. you should make an account or register yourself at physiciansapply.canada, and then you can submit your medical credentials for source verification. After that, you can take your MCC QE1 exam, which is actually a medical knowledge exam, and it is computer based, which is now taken all over the world at different centers. MCC through physiciansapply.ca accepts applications for this exam 4 times in a year, and make sure you are well prepared before writing this exam. And there are certain sources, like you need to read those sources like Toronto Notes, and you can also take some subscription like QBank. And you can also prepare from the UWorld, but I would suggest you to prepare from the QBank because the exams format questions are according to the QBank questions. Then you have to take a IELTS exam, and this test is valid for 2 years, so you should plan it accordingly and have to score band 7 in all. So how to use this physiciansapply.ca? This is very important website. This site provides you essential information to medical students and international medical graduates who may be eligible or can become eligible to be a part of Canadian healthcare system. It provides certain services like exam applications that are available through this account. You can get your exam results. You can send your credentials for source verification, and you can also send your documents for the translations if the documents are not in English. So when you come to Canada, you have already taken your MCC QE1 exam and you have your IELTS certificate with you. You can write down another exam, which is a NACOSCI. It is a scenario-based clinical skill and knowledge test. It's taken 2 times in a year at designated centers. And after passing your NACOSCI, you can apply for central residency matching, which is through CAMS. And each province has different prerequisites for application. Like in Alberta, they ask for other exams also, like MMI, CASPER, and situational judgmental test. And after passing your NACOSCI, you can also apply for the practice ready assessment. So some important tips before coming to Canada: you should be familiar with MCC and Physician Apply website. You should source verify your all credentials once you are still in Pakistan, as it would be more easy. Do check requirements for different territories and plan accordingly. And you should set up an email reminder for exams which you wish to take in particular part of the year. And always use recommended resources. They are all mentioned in the Physician Apply and the MCC website. Now, a few words about a practice ready assessment, which is a PRA. Through this program, you can become a family physician and you can also practice as a specialist. For criteria for working as a family physician through PRA in Alberta, all provinces have some different requirements, but in Alberta, you should pass your MCC QE1 exam. You should have IELTS with band score 7. You should have a continuous 2-year postgraduate training in family medicine. And after this, you can send your documents through your Physician Apply account to the College of Physician and Surgeon in Alberta. And then they will provide you the eligibility letter after reviewing your qualification. And they will allow you to sit for the TDM, which is a therapeutic decision-making exam. And before starting your process in Alberta, you just make sure that you meet the CPSA eligibility requirements. You have an account on Physicians Apply at .ca. After that, you will submit your qualification through this account to Alberta, to the CPSA, and CPSA will provide you the sponsorship letter and allow you to write down your TDM exam. And then you will be able to apply for the independent practice, and through college, they they will assign a specific preceptor for you, and then you will pass a practice readiness assessment, and after that you will get your permit of work there. So this is a website, Practice Readiness Assessment Alberta, PRAAB, www.cpsa.ca, where you can get all information about this program. So this is a cyclical diagram, same. This is nothing different in it. But if you want to work as a family physician through PR in other provinces, there is some changes in other provinces. There is some, according to their criteria, you must have a pass MCC QE1 exam. You should pass NEC OSCE exam with required score. You should have a IELTS band 7 score. And you should have 2 years of postgraduate training in family medicine, as well as you should have 2 years of independent practice of family medicine after training. This is not mandatory for Alberta, but for other provinces like in Nova Scotia and British Columbia, as well as in Manitoba, they ask for your 2 year of independent practice in family medicine. And you should need to pass your TDM exam, which is a therapeutic decision-making exam. And if you have 3 or 4 years of postgraduate training in any other specialty in Alberta, you can apply for practice ready assessment as a specialist. You should need to send your documents to the college. They will review your qualification and they'll let you know whether you are eligible to practice as a specialist. After that, they assign you with any preceptor or the assessor, and if you will pass the assessment, you will be able to practice as a specialist in the province. And after 2 years of your independent practice, you will be able to write down your Royal College exams. For family physicians, this is a CCFP exams. And for other specialties, there are other exams. And these are some important useful websites. You can take these websites and then you can use them and you can get the information about their programs. One is Medical Council of Canada, mcc.ca. Then this is Physicians Apply Online, IM registration. And there are some website for CAMS, which is www.cams.ca. And then for practice ready assessments, there are for different provinces. This is practice ready assessment physicians for BC. This is called PRA-BC. Then practice readiness assessment Alberta, that is PRA Alberta, www.cpsa.ca. And then for Saskatchewan, for Manitoba, for Montreal, for Quebec, and then clinical assessment and training in Newfoundland, Labrador, and for Nova Scotia. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Fizza.
Thank you so much, Farhat. You have explained everything so well. It was in simple words. So I think if people have any questions, they can write in the chat box. We are done with our presentations. So we can have some time for question. I know it's a little bit long now here. But if there are any questions, you can just write down in the chat box and we can answer your questions.